All right. Shall we do roll call?
All right, roll call. Commissioner Brill is absent. Commissioner Borelli, absent. Commissioner Elmstead, absent. Commissioner Inglis,
Here.
Commissioner Irwin,
Here.
Commissioner Mann,
Here.
Commissioner Moiko Tobin here, Commissioner Longstreet, Commissioner Seal
Here.
Commissioner Shapiro, Commissioner Trost is here, Chief Painter,
Here.
Councilmember Franklin, and that is roll call.
Okay, great. So we have a visitor?
Yeah, really quick.
Good. Succinct is wonderful.
Well, first of all,
Name for the
Taylor's
record.
not here,
Name for the record.
but first of all, I wanted to thank Taylor. She invited me over to the Webster Groves Theater Guild because we're looking to do 1776 Broadway musical in concert, and we're looking for a venue. But the point is that the licensing fee is way off the roof, and we can't afford it, so we had to drop that. But I wanted to thank Taylor for her hospitality. We also were going to set up a meeting, an introductory meeting for the two side streets by the sculpture park to paint them, to close them down. But Mayor Laura sent out an email saying there's a lot of other construction, MSD, et cetera, going down on Kirkham that may affect the side streets. So we're simply going to table it for now. So just so you know, but we're going to come back to that in a while. The fourth annual Follow Your Heart Amateur Art Show is planned. The show will be on Saturday, April the 18th. So that you'll be seeing flyers on that. And then the last thing is that I was at Straub's yesterday and I saw this park bench, the only park bench in Webster Groves that is like this. And I took a picture of it this morning. There, you can pass it around. That's the park bench. It's really simple, but it's decorated. And I don't know who decorated it, but it's really nice. And it's like, this is public art. And it's like, think of how many park benches we have in Webster Groves. You could have families.
Put this up to the camera.
We could have families be assigned to each one to decorate them. It would be awesome. I mean, there's got to be 100, 200, 500 park benches around the city that we could do that. And this was, and look, I mean, look how simple this is. It's not hard. And it's like, and if we could decorate the park benches around the city, that would be awesome. That'd be really great public art and a lot of fun for a lot of families. So anyway, that's it. Thanks.
Just stating for the record, that was Dave Buck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, shall we approve the minutes? Or not, as the case may be. Anybody move?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
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 I believe that's unanimous. Let's go. Right. So in setting up the agenda, you'll note that the old business section is like pink, 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 pink. Part of that is because a lot of these are mostly progress reports. And Janice is going to take the floor and talk.
Actually, you know what? I wasn't able to print it out, so if you could read it, because
Okay.
the next item.
Title by title?
Yeah.
Okay. Sculpture Garden Descriptive Plaques.
Yeah, we just wanted to know, Gary, have you heard
still
where
waiting.
they stand?
we were over there, talked to them. They're supposed to be getting us a bid. It was supposed to be in the last week, an updated price. I'm going over there. I have to go over there for another thing tomorrow, right, or today, right next door. So I'm going to stop in there and really push the guy and say, I need this like tomorrow.
Okay,
So we can get going on it, because the money's there. So
right,
we just need to make sure the prices are up to date.
great.
So once we have a firm bid,
Once we have the firm bid, we can go ahead and if you guys say it's okay, if
so it
it's,
has to come back to us.
no, you guys can, it's been authorized, I do believe. You guys have voted on it. So all we have to do is, once we have a firm bid, we can give them the okay to go ahead, and then they just have to bill us.
So the only thing would be if the bid is way
If the
beyond.
bid's way beyond what it was that was a 2024 bid, so.
Wow, time flies.
It's taken forever to get these.
And the language is, we have all the language for everything.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it had all the names and stuff on there for
Right.
and that, so.
Anything else?
No.
Right. Roundtable discussions, February 12th.
Everybody hopefully got an outline of what was said. We took the transcripts and printed out everything. And then just related to that, because we're trying to establish relationships with the business districts, I asked Fran Sudicum if she would put all of us on the business district emails. So I believe all of you should have gotten an email from the business district a day or two ago, just so we can keep up. There's a business district coffee coming up that if you read that, I think it's sometime in April. I'm going to try to attend. If we can just really try to, again, establish relationships with the business districts. I have a couple of coffees set up with a couple of the people in the business districts as well. One thing that I think is really interesting that they had in the official business district newsletter is they did talk about the roundtable discussion. And they mentioned specifically there were a lot of things in our list that we pulled out, but they mentioned specifically hoping that we would do some art walks. So we have a number of things that we wanted to follow up on. Does anybody else have anything that they want to add? Things that really struck them?
I don't know if what email did it go around on?
I gave everybody. I gave Fran all of our emails, so it should have come out from Fran Sudicum from the business district.
The summary of the roundtable stuff.
Oh,
That
you know
was-
what? I apologize. Maybe I just sent it to the people that were there to say, "Do you have anything to add?" I will get it out. And I apologize for that, Maud. I thought I'd sent it to everybody. But people really were very interested in the art. Most people who were there were what I would call our interested businesses. Although there was one couple who owned a building and they were talking about how it added to their building. They enjoyed public art. They felt that they really wanted more banners, but they wanted them, out. They said, our banners are concentrated in the center of town. They wanted more at the edges of town. So if we're calling ourselves City of the Art, other people know what we do. They, again, they love the events. They said that they would love us to help set up some art walks. They wanted murals. I mean, in terms of public art, they said, wouldn't it be great to have murals or something big in every district? So obviously that's talking to some of the businesses. Again, they were all very interested in the arts. They love, all the activities that Webster Arts does, everything the city does. Does anybody who was there have anything to add to that?
No, I think you pretty much summed it up. I do know that, Christina Richards was at my table and she is the director of the Koyamjen Gallery, and she actually volunteered to be the first destination for an art walk if we were going to make that happen.
What do we envision art walks being?
I think from my table and the table nearby, they were talking about having a day designated to just kind of show people what is available in and around Webster Grove.
a
So
tour to
yeah,
see
so
certain
each
things.
one would be its own unique
Mhm.
with like a brochure or pamphlet, and you just kind of self-guide yourself through what there is to see.
And they also mentioned, wouldn't it be great if we could pull artists together and have art in all the businesses at some
Yes.
point? So there's a lot there. And I think one of the biggest things is just really building those relationships, because the businesses were really excited to talk to each other too, because there's no way for them to talk to each other about things like this. So all that city coordination just is a lot. So that they did say they'd like to see this happen again. And of course, we need to figure out when and how to set up our next roundtable with more of a general population.
I think what was most kind of wonderful about that morning is everybody was so excited to have been invited to come together and to focus on this one topic. And you're absolutely right. I subsequent to the meeting, got several people, kind of, yeah, could we really get more banners? I mean, it just feels like, even if we just go, all the way down, Lockwood, or all the way down, or but also boundaries, this kind of say, to let people know when they've actually come into Webster, because I know I say this every meeting, but the south side of Webster has nothing that tells you anything about the fact of where Crestwood, and Webster kind of
Yeah,
merge together.
it is confusing.
It
for
is confusing.
even for people I've been living here God knows how long, and we're still having the conversation. Well, where does it end? Where does it start?
Yeah.
Well, and one thing that's going to be eliminated, we can talk about this further, but I did, after our last meeting, I did talk to Public Works about one of the other items on our agenda, which is the public utility boxes. And I asked, so if we have, how far out can we go with banners? And I was told that the only place we can put banners is on the decorative light poles.
Right.
So wherever we have the decorative, and I don't know where those are, so, but they would have to be on some of our decorative light poles, because we own, those are ours. Some light poles are on streets that are owned by the county, et cetera, et cetera. So city versus Webster Groves versus county roads make a difference on what we can do where.
Yeah, that's what because when we initially did it, we surveyed and found every place we could. And there were a lot of places we couldn't because of that very issue, so, but maybe we can try to talk to make some sort of deal or something.
Okay,
Just note for the record that Commissioner Longstreet and Commissioner Shapiro have joined.
Anything else that we should talk about the round? Obviously, this is ongoing. Anything else people want to add about those?
Well, one thing I did just remember as we were discussing, and it kind of really struck me, was the fact that, like Dottie said, people were very excited to be invited, but among the more vocal comments that I heard were people also want to be included. Just because they're not an arts-focused business doesn't mean that they don't want to be included. And I think that started the discussion about, well, if we're calling ourselves City of the Arts, what kind of arts are we including? And at my table, we had, can't remember her name, Miss Downs, who owns not Big Sky, but Cyrano's. Yes, Melissa. And she talked about, well, why not culinary arts? Webster Grove should be known for culinary arts, and that too is an art. And then also Erin, who owns Alm, and talked about the healing arts. So there was talk about maybe expanding what we mean by City of the Arts.
I think that's creative and
Yeah.
interesting.
And I think it's a way to get some of those other businesses behind what we want to try to do.
Mm-hmm.
you could almost
We also-
focus. You could almost focus a walk on one part, kind of, and where to find it.
Yeah, and we also talked about needing or wanting to set up a meeting with PR to say what is available for us. How can we help promote? What capabilities does our own Webster Groves PR team have? that we can use to, promote all the arts. And in doing so, promote all of our businesses in our city.
Yeah. It was really fun. Okay, sculpture examination and repair.
Yeah.
Okay, Judy, do you want to?
Have you heard anything from Heather yet?
I have not. Judy met Heather at the Sculpture Garden, and then I met them as well, and they were looking at one of the Trova sculptures. And apparently the repair will be extensive. They're looking at the large one on the more western side. While we were there, it's like, well, if that is going to be as extensive as you think it might be, what do we need to do about this other Trova sculpture, which also has rust? So what we discussed is she did not write anything else up yet, because she said that this is going to be extremely expensive to do the
And
work.
especially.
So she asked, she talked about, should she just write up both of the Trova sculptures, and so that we can decide, looking at this, what we could do now versus what we can do later, what we might be able to find grants for, etc. And then we told her we couldn't ask her to analyze or examine the second Trova sculpture until we voted to spend the money to have her examine the second Trova sculpture. So and they are our responsibility to take care of. So what we wanted to talk about is, can we have a vote? Can we have a motion to engage Heather to examine the second Trova sculpture, therefore write up reports for both of those, so we can decide, which one we may be able to tackle first, what we need to do. It's going to be a lot of post-examination work to figure out, do we have grant money? Do we have single money? How we can get that done.
And I think, can I add to that?
Oh, please do.
So the one, I think we both had different ideas as to which sculptures sustain more rust damage, because both of them have. The larger one, it has interior damage. I mean, what my takeaway was, and we wanted to verify this, is that one is going to be hugely expensive because of the interior work, that some things might need to be.
Were you able to see it?
What?
Or were you able, how do you know this?
Holes, she could assess corrosion at points, things like that. So I think there's a chance that there's a significant difference in the cost between doing the two. So presumably we might want to tackle the less expensive one, but we're going to have to get some sort of grant or something, because we're talking big money.
So these are on loan? The sculptures are on loan?
They're on loan from the county.
From the county?
Yeah.
So the county owns them?
Either Lohmeyer or the county, I'm not quite
Okay.
sure. What I've tried to do, I asked Katie, she hasn't got back to me, because there were kind of documents when these were given to us, as I understand it. That's what Jerry Welsh remembers. And we wanted to find out, because when we got them, we had them painted. And so one of the issues that Heather was concerned about is, where do you get the work done? Because not every place can handle doing this kind of work. So anyway, there's a lot of.
It's so specific.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
these are major pieces. These are Trovas. I mean, yeah. So anyway, a lot needs to be done, but I thought Heather was going to already get back to us, but I'm sorry, it didn't occur to me to get in touch with her.
Yeah, I've not
So I
heard
think it's-
anything yet.
maybe it's
I
that-
thought she was gonna do at least the one write up too, but she's not. But she will come back, and if we vote to approve her, it was $200 plus travel, I believe, and I need to turn the expense in. It was like $209.
I'll make the motion. I think we've established that this needs to be done. I'll make the motion that we
I
have her
second.
engage on the second.
Can you repeat what the motion is?
The motion is to engage Heather White to examine the second Trova sculpture and to give us a complete analysis of the repairs needed at a cost of $200 plus travel.
Okay.
So we paid her for one, we're now authorizing to pay for the second, so then we'll have both and we can discuss.
And so Rick made a motion.
Nice.
Yeah, it was made by Rick, and then I think somebody else seconded it.
Judy.
Can I amend or request that she include images along with the report?
I think that's standard, but I'll.
It's
make sure.
standard.
Yeah.
Should, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's, well, when we do it, I'll write
Thank
to
you.
her to make sure.
Trying to remember if they have any up at Palmer School.
So is there further discussion?
No,
No.
we're all
Do
we
we
vote?
want to call for a vote? All in favor?
in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carry. Judy, can you communicate with
say that.
Heather on that?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else there?
I think we can
Okay.
move on to the next one.
I'm going to public spaces for public art.
Oh, achievement in the arts award.
Oh, I was going to skip over that. Okay, okay, well, what do you want to say about that?
It was a lovely ceremony, and I am so pleased that you were able to talk about your approach and your how you approach what your career has been with so many people in attendance. There were probably about 130, 150 people in attendance.
It's awesome.
I hope you saw a lot of people that you're hoping to be there. But it was a lovely tribute to Dottie. So, and then you got your sign.
I got my side. No, it was, I mean, Michelle Doucette, who was also on the panel, is a student of mine from like the first 5 years I was teaching. So that was fun for me too, to have, someone a while as a student. But yeah, I thought it was really fun. I did. I actually had a good time there, which I wasn't necessarily like sure if I would be.
And then Trish, thank you. You got us a great article in the Webster Kirkwood Times.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I was very excited. And I just thought we got a lot of mileage from the press release because even Jordan here from the city featured it in the Webster City Hall pages. But also he came to document it and had a really nice video done with Dottie explaining kind of like, what that was all about.
I haven't seen that.
And oh yeah, it was great. Look at the City of Webster Grove's socials. And also the rep did a complimentary post talking about the ceremony itself. And there's a really nice picture of all of us with the mayor in the tail end of the Arts Commission. Yeah.
Isn't it see that Jordan, I mean, is the first one who's so
He
focused
is
on
so
the art
on
and
top of
supporting?
it. I am so
Great.
impressed. And I was telling him that.
Very-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And he expressed enthusiasm about doing more with us. So
Excellent.
And there was a very nice reception, a lot of food. So that's the portion that we're going to be covering.
One comment that I have about it, great event overall, but the partnership, of course, there was like a small fundraiser attached to it for the rep, which makes perfect sense. But with the engagement and attendance, it really speaks to what this event could be as a fundraiser for the Public Art Fund or for other art service nonprofits in the Webster Groves.
Yes.
So something again to keep in mind.
Well, and the other thing I'm wondering is, since we did get really wonderful press, is when do you think we should start to really promote the fact that we are accepting nominations through June 1st, through June. So when should we start to put that out?
right now, I think last year we spent a lot of time just kind of redefining what we were looking for. And so we took up, a lot of time doing that and just preparing the verbiage for it. But we pretty much have everything in place to do that. So
Okay.
whenever you say go, I will put it out there.
I think then we should start to go while we've just had this. That's probably a good time.
I think we just need specific dates in terms of, is it like the very end of June? You just need to give me that information.
It's on the website,
Okay.
in terms of the last day.
All right. Yeah, that's really easy. And then, of course, Jordan here is going to help us as well. So
Good.
Yeah, maybe a follow-up. So soon after this is a good idea
Yeah.
because it's still kind
Yeah.
of in
Yes.
people's- and
I'll do that.
they'll be prompted to go, oh, yeah, that was fun. Maybe we
Yes.
should, yeah.
I
that's-
think that's a really good idea.
Okay.
Time is of essence here.
Capture the moment.
Yeah, if next year we could sort of get in the coverage in the paper, and we look forward to next year.
To next year.
Which will announce.
That's a
if
good
we do
idea.
Something
Yeah.
that sort of how people are
Yeah.
on it.
On the Achievement in the Arts website page, through June 30th, could you remind who's the communications person? Jordan to update the 2025 recipient.
Okay.
Not to give you.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, on the page it says midnight, June 30th.
Got it.
Just like taxes.
That's a lot less pleasant.
That's taxes and the ones that goes.
Absolutely. Most important thing. All right. Now, public spaces for public art.
Okay. Well, after our last meeting, I met with Public Works just to say, is this something we can? I sent the proposal that Rick put together, asked if it was something we can do. And again, what they told us, in fact, one of the engineers said, I've been hoping we would do something like this for years, which is nice to hear. But again, we have some locations that we could do easily because they are on Webster Groves roads. Other locations, if we want to get them all around the city, we would need to go to the county to see if we could use some of those. And what they suggested is, obviously what we need to do next is if this is something we want to move forward with, we need to present it to City Council. And Gary, I've not been through this before, so I don't know what that process is. I don't know whether you take it or we have to contact David to take it. But if we go to City Council to get their approval to do it, and then if we want to go to the county, we would need to go to them to say, hey, this is a program we are having. These are the streets that we'd like to cover. Webster Grove City has approved our end. Would you approve it as well? So we'd have to choose which locations we would want, and then go to the county.
So do you think it's just easier just to get started, just go with the Webster Groves ones, just so we can get it moving? And then that actually start to show what we're doing. And then we move to the county? Because I don't think the county is going to be that difficult based on, like I said, Grand Center's already doing it down here. You're seeing it up and down, Manchester. So maybe we focus on Webster since that's what we are. And then it's the easiest.
That's a good idea.
Great idea.
Agreed.
Okay.
Great.
All right. So I guess we need to have a vote to take the proposal on to City Council.
Can you make a
Motion.
We have a motion.
yeah? Is this the art commission? Yes.
I'll second.
What is the motion?
Oh, to take this to City Council, though.
To take
The Public Utility Box Program proposal to City Council for approval.
Yes.
So we've had Rick move. And did somebody second?
I'll second.
Jan seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Fine.
Any opposed? Okay, so Gary, maybe you can help us take it to council, or do you take it? Do I have to speak with David?
Why don't you send me an email and to David also and to Katie.
Okay,
And Katie probably would be the one that helps us out the most on that, because she's the one who sets up the council meetings.
okay.
So send me an email and tag those two in it also, so that David's aware.
Okay.
Can you summarize what the utility plan is? Because I didn't get this written, I didn't get this until yesterday, so I like, what? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Rick, do you wanna?
Like, do we know how much money it's gonna cost? Are we asking for extra money? Are we?
No, we're in the base on the bottom of it. It has a proposal for costs. We didn't put
Okay.
one together based on anything. We used kind of the same numbers that the Grand Center was using for theirs, a little bit less. The program is we would pick out the boxes. Now we've decided that's Webster. We would do a call for artists. They would do a submission over a few days or weeks. We'd work those back and forth. And then we probably have a week based on installs that we could promote around the area. And then just promote them being done.
And so we're just asking for permission to access the utility boxes and we'd use our own budget. for the
Currently, that's the
cost.
way I see it. Yeah.
Okay, are we seconded?
I think we've already made this, we could probably go to the next item.
All confused. Budget request for fiscal year 27.
Everybody should have gotten a report at the last meeting. Everybody voted and approved that Dottie and I could, work it, finalize it and send it in. So you all have a copy of that. It's basically, because we were hoping that the utility box program would be approved, we did add in money for next year to what we requested this year. So we'll see where we get it. So, but all of you got a copy of both the budget request and the accomplishments for the year. So those have been sent to Katie Nakazano.
Anything else?
Do you want to summarize the?
Well, they're there as, if you want to look into the paperwork, you can just pull the numbers off of those mod, because everybody has copies. It's in all the documentation that people have.
I see last, where we're at for this year's budget. Okay, and then at the very end, okay.
To-
Anything else on this? You have what you need.
Have you sent it in already?
Yes, yeah, it was due the 28th.
Okay.
All right. Think we can go on then? Yes? Nodding?
Yes.
Theater Guild of Webster Grove's 100-year anniversary. We decided the last time that because most of their events are in the fall, that we would table doing the actual kind of proclamation work until we get closer to what their events are going to be. Is that right?
Yeah, so we just, at least we wanted it officially that we're going to talk about it later, but we're tabling it for now.
Do you want to say
So
that
we
we'll
can
discuss
recognize
it?
them.
Do you want to say we'll discuss it at the August meeting, just so we kind of have a little post that tells us what we're headed for?
That's a good idea.
We should try, just in our head, just think of a special way to advertise. Cause it's so hidden. I feel that like some, even like we had that little sign, the Webster City Hall had that little sign there. We could say happy anniversary or something like that, or something, I don't know, but
Oh.
just
Well, we should, we should coordinate with them because they maybe have some publicity things going out too. I don't know what they are, but we could certainly, don't you think, we could,
Or a flag or something that we
Yeah.
could post in front,
wouldn't hurt.
just something, I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying what it is, I'm just saying.
Seems like, well, St. Louis is such a big theater city, so to celebrate this.
Yeah,
100 years pretty.
Well, that could be actually, we could get.
Yeah.
The special, well.
yeah,
What you're saying, the award.
yeah.
I don't think that we're scheduled to have an August meeting.
Oh, is that because we're all on vacation?
So September's in August, I don't know. But it's-
Then maybe
When we
July.
set the schedule for the year, we
Okay.
took August off the table, but we can always change it.
Yeah.
Because we used to
And-
not be in December because of the party.
We could all zoo. We're all on vacation. I don't know.
Do you want to say August or September? Give us a wiggle. Sounds, whichever comes first. New business. Oh. Election of officers. Evidently, we were supposed to do that in
January.
January. So we need to do it, because I guess that's the business. So I guess the question is, do we want to vote on all the officers at once on one vote, or do we want to do individual?
Janice, do you still want to be the chair?
I'm willing to if people are willing to have me. So
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Absolutely.
Are you still interested in being the vice chair?
absolutely.
All right.
Incredible.
Okay.
All right, I make a motion to.
How about you?
revert what I just said. I don't there's not really an official secretary, is there? Is that an elected?
yeah, I guess not. I think you do have to.
Just doing it.
As I read it, I think you do have to vote on the chair and vice chair. And we are really hoping that you'll continue as secretary.
Yeah,
Well, a separate discussion for another time. It's interesting that other commissions have staff to help take notes, but we do not.
Mhm.
We did.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, we did quite some time ago. We had,
Oh, you're right, we did.
we did. But- and then things
when
changed.
Jen Starkey was doing it. she-
Right, and before her Jennifer Conrad.
Yeah.
Jennifer was great.
So it would be something in communications with city staff to request or raise again, or once we have a new staff, new city
manager.
or new city liaison to the council. Talking about, because I think Franklin's term will be up in June or May, I don't know when. So I make a motion for Commissioner Seal, Commissioner Inglis to be chair and vice chair
And we
respectively.
are doing it for a year.
How long for?
A year?
1 year, 2 years?
Yeah,
It's annually.
Okay.
Fine. All right, I second.
Discussion?
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried.
yay. We have roundtable discussion as the next item, but did we cover what we
I
needed
think
to cover?
pretty much covered it. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I would say. And the budget update. It says fall 26 budget update. I think we talked about budget already.
We did, but there are corrections from what we were given last month. And I already made the edits, so. Before we were told that we had 4,500 in the public art fund, but it's 3,521.
Okay,
Sponsorship balance is still at 300. The special events operating budget is at 18,502 and 95 cents. And so has the city investigated the discrepancy in funds for the public art fund? Like we've confirmed in this, like, I don't know who said that they donated, but their checks were missing. This
Yeah.
email says that a donation was received from Wiley and Niehaus. And so I don't know if those were the people who were missing.
Well, the one who spoke to me was Lauren Bunker.
So do we still need to follow up on that? And if so, who?
probably. I would say so.
Gary, would it be possible to have a short meeting with finance?
Probably.
Because I think that'd be really a good thing to just actually meet with them to find out where things are going, and even within our different budget lines, I would love to see what has hit our budget lines specifically, because we have the total, but we don't see which items have hit.
Yeah, I would think we could set something up with them.
Okay, that would be great. Maybe we could you set something up that we could maybe meet with him sometime this next month?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be best because they're doing budget right now, so
Okay.
they're extremely busy
Yeah.
for the next probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay,
And we could meet or like maybe later in March, we might be able to meet.
okay, that
Let
would
me
be
just
good.
reach out to them and see what they say.
think so.
Okay, thank you.
Updates, just city update, yeah.
Yeah, so I should stay.
Okay.
Oh, your meeting started at the meeting.
Sorry, 8:30.
So that's great. We have a visitor we're gonna add in.
Yeah, we have Jean. Jean is here, and I don't know where it is on the item, but Jean presented last week.
Right, yes.
She asked if we would collaborate with them on the Arbor Day event that they're planning, and in the meantime, they've come up with they've really structured it far more. They've been collaborating with Webster Arts to put something together. They've decided to, instead of having visual art, to focus on poetry. And Jean is here to fill us in. She presented, I believe we sent on, again, I'm not looking at that, and I'm someplace I cannot print anything out, a potential draft of a flyer that they'd like to send out. And our participation would be really just saying, Jean has asked that we would provide 2 judges for some of the works, and that would be our commitment. Is that not true, Jean?
I apologize for being late. I thought your meeting started at 9, so I'm sorry to barge in. Just to update, last month I was here and it was a very initial proposal. I'd actually emailed a couple months ago, but the email got lost in the shuffle. So it was a late start to try to do a joint commission addition to the Arbor Day, both to grow community involvement in Arbor Day and to grow an awareness and appreciation of trees. So after I was here last month, I met with Heather at Webster Arts. She got on board. She was excited. April's National Poetry Month. So we went with a poetry contest. And Jordan Rowe made this incredible, nice flyer with the QR code that has the submission specifics. So this went out Friday and over the weekend to, excuse me, all the schools, public and private in Webster, including Webster University and Eden Seminary. So it's open to students of the broadest. So we're it's evolving in real time. We don't have a master plan. We don't know how many submissions we're going to get. It could be 3, it could be 56. So based on the submissions we get, they're all due by March 31st. There was a 1 month time for people to write a poem. Based on the submissions, we'll determine the judging, if we need to break it into younger and older, or how we need to break it. But we are requesting that your involvement, and we're hopeful this will be successful, and that will create a framework for growing the arts contest part of Arbor Day next year. So I would love one, and you don't have to agree to it now, of course. But 1 to 2 volunteers to help with judging. The person from Green Space that's going to be a judge is a retired English teacher who's now a librarian. So she brings a certain skill set. And then I would be the second judge from Green Space if need be. I don't bring such a skill set. So I'd rather just her. But 1 to 2 judges. The submissions are due March 31st. So the judging would, and Arbor Day celebrations April 15th. So the time frame would be April 1st through like April 10th, maybe April 12th to get the judging done. So that would give us a couple days to get a prize for the winner or winners. And hopefully sooner than April 12th so we can invite them to Arbor Day to read our poem. So it's all kind of come together quickly. Fingers crossed it will get submissions and it will be an actual poetry contest. And someone will read a nice poem at Arbor Day. That's the hope. Does anybody need one of the flyers?
Can I get this?
Yeah.
That's dates or is it?
Yeah. Oh, that's the
2025.
yeah,
Okay.
this is on the back here, you can get rid of this. This is the flyer I made with my very low technological skills and attached last year's Arbor Day flyer and sent that to our staff liaison, David Bookless, to give to Jordan Rowe. And this is the flyer that he made based on that sample from last year.
So, Jean, what you're asking is for us to officially be listed as a co-sponsor, and our commitment for that would be to supply a couple of judges and, of course, have somebody
Correct.
attend the ceremony, etc.
Yes. And if you don't feel comfortable being a co-sponsor, but just want to do the judges, that's fine too.
What's entailed with co-sponsoring? Would that be giving our, like?
It's really a name.
Oh, okay.
It's starting a joint venture. The co-sponsor, I think, would be more evident next year.
I think when you're asking for a partner, it's usually like to maybe to give you a little more authority in terms of what you're doing in a sense of, yes, this is legit.
Legitimacy, yes.
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
That's
in the
fair.
past had Poetry Month, what we've
Yeah.
done, so this is
Yeah.
a nice
Are we doing
way
Poetry
that-
Month this?
I don't think so, but this
No.
is a
This would be-
poetry event that
yeah.
we can be part of.
During
This-
poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
great.
So when you say students all the way up to college age, okay.
Yeah, we didn't specify an age.
Where are you putting up flyers, or where you think you're gonna get students?
I sent it to every school, public and private,
Okay,
and we'll post in the library and at Panera and.
So, a question, just because again, I'm not seeing it. So, the flyers have already gone out, and are we listed on those, or?
No, remember I asked you if you wanted to be listed and you said you couldn't say until after the meeting today. And because of the incredible short time frame and wanting people to have as close to a full month as possible, they were sent out last week. It was an unknown how long it would take Jordan to create the flyer. So as soon as it went to David, I emailed you to see if you wanted to be listed as co-sponsor. But when you said you couldn't determine till after this meeting, we went ahead and sent the flyer out. I'm sorry, I thought I communicated that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were gonna print them and send them out after we voted. I didn't know you were going ahead, but.
Sorry, I emailed you about that, but it must not have been clear. We moved ahead because of the very short time frame. So I appreciate your consideration and hope one or two of you be interested in being judges for this. And I hope that we can be in touch after this poetry contest to see how we can grow it, is the wish of Green Space.
I think this is awesome. Are you connected with anybody at the library?
Not yet, it's one of my stops. It's all been very short.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Uh-huh.
'Cause,
So I guess what we're looking at now is again, saying, well, we're not on that flyer, but if we vote on it being listed in any future PR about it as one of the co-sponsors, but really what you're looking for too is like, do we have two people who are willing to be judges?
Correct.
I mean, is there a way it can go onto the Webster Groves website, the city website, as a event sponsored by the commission, or?
I should think, I mean, if we vote that we would be a co-sponsor, I should think that anything else going out
Yeah.
could include us, and that it could be included on certainly anything digital that would be available.
So we vote to sponsor
Read the motion?
I move that we take a vote to sponsor the Arbor Day Poetry Contest
Do you want to add on,
and to provide judges. Or a judge or judges.
And so,
I'll
okay, for further, so Jean, does that mean at this point further, we can be listed in anything else that goes out?
I will email David Bookless, our staff liaison, of this change in status. And we haven't gone to advertising it yet on the website or in the Webster Corporate Times, so that can be added.
Okay,
Hopefully.
because I would like to see, I mean, I would love to see if we're doing this just to show that the city is collaborating together. And
And
we're-
that was one of my
That's really
goals.
important. Obviously, I want you to be successful, but also just to, because we're trying to make relationships all throughout the city. So that I think that's very important to us.
Yes.
And I will let you know when I hear back from him. I'll email you, Janice, so you'll know the status of David taking it up the ladder.
Okay, and then before we actually take a vote, are there two people here who feel that they could become judges?
I can be if you don't think it's gonna be a conflict, because if college students are involved, then.
you could just recuse yourself from
Yeah.
like,
If it's someone you know.
or from like judging
don't-
that one person.
I wish.
Gonna be traveling.
Because, okay, I'll do it.
Okay,
For it.
I'll
And
back
it-
you up. How's that?
okay.
I read a lot of plays, I can do poetry.
So are we ready to take a vote?
Do we have
Yeah.
a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Any opposed? Jean, thank you very much for bringing this to us. I wish, I wish we'd be able to work more closely or quickly with you, but it's nice to set up the relationship for the future.
We could be slower, more deliberate next year.
Do we
This year was speedy.
Do we have a mechanism for pulling together? I mean, for example, if we said, if you get word to me by this date, and we could pull together online an opportunity.
I'll keep you posted as I'm informed.
Sure.
I'm gonna bring these flyers, the remaining, I have a few more in my car, I'm gonna drop them at Webster Arts. So they have paper copies on their counter and they're putting it on their website. And when I speak to Heather at Webster Arts, I'll ask her to maybe every week give me an update of how many submissions.
Well, my question is more for the commission in the future, if we have opportunities like this, and we will not meet for a month. And could we have a mechanism to pull a vote together online? Are there rules that would allow us to do that? So we could have, if we need to meet a deadline to be recognized for something.
I believe we can, and I will check to make sure.
Mhm.
I,
Thank you. I did send them to Webster. Yeah.
I think the more you talk directly to teachers, I'm just taking a painting class at Forest Park, and they were having a really hard time getting students to apply to the student art show. And it's just a matter of getting the teachers to tell the students, you know. Yeah, I don't, yeah, at Webster University, I don't know, maybe there's some class there that's teaching.
Oh, at least one.
Yeah, yes, a few.
So, yeah, if you could go talk to that teacher, maybe that way, that would help. Because it's just putting the posters up wasn't enough, it just wasn't getting people.
I appreciate that. We're working on that, getting the marketing done.
Right. But I also think teachers are on the lookout for opportunities for their students to do this
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I think if it's spread around, they'll pick up on it.
Well, that's what we ended up, we extended the deadline, and then we just tried to get more teachers to talk to their students, make them more aware.
I'm very indebted. Thank you so much. I will be in touch, Janice, as I hear about submissions and how the contest is going.
All right, thank you, Jean.
Yeah,
Thank
it's a
you.
wonderful thing.
All right. Should we do community and city updates?
Yeah, do we have any?
That was my question. You're in my brain again.
Jordan Rowe, the Public Affairs has agreed to meet with some members of the commission just to, I think you, Janice, you'd requested to meet with them about what they have to offer.
Yes,
Is that correct? And he's willing to do that. To
Great.
meet with somebody, we just need to coordinate a time to meet with them.
okay. So, does he have his available date, or I'll contact you.
Yeah, just
after this
contact me and
meeting
we
and
can figure something out.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Donnie, could I add one? Does the art commission have a position on whether City of the Arts should be the official slogan of Webster Groves City? This has been a nagging question for 6 years. And City of the Arts started with this commission, with the banners, and Judy knows. And everybody uses it. Webster Arts uses it, you guys use it, I use it. And it's like, but city council drags their feet. They don't even consider it. And it's like, what's the issue? What's stopping it? And should we make another big push the city council to do it? It just seems like it's. I mean,
So it's come
Judy?
before, I didn't know the mechanism or the process. I mean, it's actually been brought to city council and they.
Yeah, they haven't they don't even discuss it. They don't even,
Shouldn't David Frank?
I don't know.
David, I think you bring up a good point, and these roundtables, I think, are just hearing from the businesses how important it is officially gives us some credence behind doing that. I know that Laura had talked once about just the cost, that there's a huge cost in doing that. And I'm not sure what, but I will, yeah, we'll bring it up again. I think it is worth looking at because, again, our businesses think it is important. And so,
Well, you all feel it's important. I mean, what does this commission feel? It's like,
yeah, well, we're just a commission that has to represent the city, but I think we're finding out that yes, it is important to the city. I mean, there's proof that it's important to the city as well.
yeah.
Well, if we also make it clear we're being very expansive in how we define the arts, it would seem like we would get a broader buy-in and commitment to that title.
Should we maybe make that an agenda item for us to discuss next meeting? So we don't-
Sure. Yeah, I think that could be good.
Yeah, and
Just
and
think
the,
about
Thank
it.
you. Yeah.
the title is a great, fun, interesting way to introduce all the different shops in Webster, especially like on the Webster Groves website. instead of just be like, here's our shops, it's like. That's a great, thank you for bringing that up.
Been a nagging question for 6 years.
Any other?
Any other city updates?
I don't have anything.
Anything else? Shall we adjourn?
Make a motion.
But our next meeting is 2026. There.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. I caught the other
That's,
issue.
I didn't mean to be smart ass.
No, that's good. I'll change it on the master, so it's already changed.
We are adjourned.